Previously on Cradle to the Grave. Bed got a pep talk from an imaginary friend that set him straight. He designed a doggo pen that didn't work at all, toyed with alien technology to duplicate items with a summer sloop, and even found time to design the railings for Cradle and set up reinforced iron plates production. He's a top-notch pioneer.
Pioneer Nashty asked a few episodes ago, they said, your hexagons look a little squat, are they? And I was like, I don't think they should be. They definitely are, yeah. So I'm not going to run all the way up there and measure it right now, because what I want to do right now is build a new blueprint for that hexagon in there. And I had a quick think about how to do it, and it became apparent there's a really easy way to kind of make sure that the hexagon itself is sort of properly sized. And that's to basically, I'm just going to make it in the blueprinter, and it's going to extend all the way from the bottom to the top and the left to the right. All right, so we're going to center it right here. So I've built something, this pillar here to put it up against. And I was playing around with this, so I already know that this is going to work. So let me just walk you through it. So we're going to take the double ramps, 8 meters, and zoop out 2 right there. And then we're going to do 2 right there. And then we'll delete this pillar and put the other side in. There we go. And now we need half foundations, and I want this side pointed in, just like we did up there. I liked that. All right, we're gonna put it right there in the side, turn it to vertical mode, and zoop it all the way up until we get to where we need it, which is right there. Perfect, and now we don't need any of those ones anymore. And, well, let me do the other side, and then we'll take a look at it. Also, yeah, it happens. When you're souping up these half slabs and foundations, oftentimes it'll flip the rotation, which is frustrating. There, that one didn't flip around. I don't know how anything works. There, now delete those. And let's check our work. Yes, we've got the line. Perfect. There. So I had a thought. Another friend of the channel, From Scratch. He has a YouTube channel, From Scratch Gaming, I think. Really great builder. He has a really cool video that talks about how Satisfactory is a lot like playing Lego. You know, when you build Legos, you start building little cubes and squares and blocks, and then as you learn more pieces and how the Lego pieces fit together, you learn more techniques to build things, right? And so, you know, I never would have thought to build this. I stole this design basically from Extra Fresh. And now what I really want to do is I really want to use blueprints more. And I know I've talked about that and I've failed before. But in addition to using new techniques, now that I have this in the blueprint, I can just plop it down wherever I want, right? Like now it's a Lego building block that I have. So in addition to having the technique to make this thing, I now have the actual thing to place down. So this is going to be a 32 meter vertical hexagon. Clear the blueprint designer. And let's make another one. Right, I want to do the same thing, but smaller. So once again, take the double ramp, love it in concrete. Now this was the original size that Extra Fresh had made, and so when he was talking about the sizing, here I'll show you, but what he was saying was that it's about, let me just show you. I totally missed it, didn't I? That's okay. Anyway, talking about sizing, he was saying the first one he made was just kind of 4 meters and you needed almost 5. Let me show you. He was saying these ones you need, his original design had 4, but he said you actually want 5. All right, so now we have the 5 that he suggested, and what we need to do is we need to build a 2-meter foundation on top of it to give us the proper snapping point, which is right there. So now I'm gonna hit H, go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we should have 5 visible half slabs. Yes, we do. Get rid of that. And replicate this. There, and now we have a much smaller hexagon, which is going to be really cool for certain things like tunnels and arches and stuff. I made those, I love those. I love those cylindrical columns, but they're not hexagonal columns. So sometime really soon we're going to make some more hexagon pillars, but right now we're just going to finish up these. Yeah, so I'm trying something new with filming, right? We've been talking about ADHD and my listlessness and stuff like that an awful lot. And we do, because it helps me to talk about, and I get a lot of great remarks from people saying, thank you for talking about it. So I'm going to continue to do that. It's not going to become the main feature of the channel, so don't worry, I'm not going to talk about it too much. But in this case, what I wanted to touch on is the fact that I'm going to, a lot of times when I want to film an episode, I feel like I need to sit down for like 2 hours and play through. So I sit down, turn the camera on, and go. And that can lead me to being listless because I'm like, well, what do I want to do now? And then I run around and I place some foundations. Yeah, like I could place some foundations right here, right now. Nope, see, I'm doing it. Okay, so what I want to do now is to allow myself to film more often in much smaller segments. I'm going to try to make this episode and the next episode, I'm going to try to be a little bit more goal-oriented. So right now, this segment was me making those vertical hexagon blueprints, right? Maybe do some sort of splash card and go, boo, designing hexagon blueprints, something like that, I don't know. But I'm gonna break it up into this, and now I'm going to stop filming and go and do something else. And then later I'm going to think about a task I wanna do, turn the camera on, do that task, and then turn the camera off. So let me know if this process, if you can tell the different segments and if it's too segmented and doesn't flow well, or if you like that I'm getting tasks started and completed. Let me know down in the description below, please, because I really do appreciate your feedback. And, you know, I want to keep making content that you want to enjoy too, because I'm having fun playing, I have fun editing, and I have fun watching my videos, but I want you to, too. I was just standing here thinking about what I want to do next, and I was like, you know what, I have not been gathering hard drives, and I want alt recipes. And I'm standing here and literally, look right there, there's a crash site right there. So I thought, hey, let's just run over there, see what it needs to open. Maybe we'll have it on us, and we'll get scanning it. That'd be a good next task. I'd like to not forget to do that anymore as well, right? Like I should do at least one every single episode, if not 2. I didn't bring power. I could use a jump pad. I'll just use a lookout tower to get up. It's my preferred method of getting up and down anyway. Perfect. That was easy. Got some stiff beams and some rotors and some copper wire. Nice. And, oh, good. We needed... Yeah, we had the rotors, but... Give it to us anywho. Alright, let's, get back to the MAM. Haha. I love the parachute. You know, another aspect of doing things in segments like this is that now that you've seen me lay down foundation like this, you don't need to watch me lay down all 50,000 concrete blocks I'm going to make up cradle, right? Like you've seen me do that. I feel like that's not good TV. Like I wouldn't want to sit here and watch me do this for 17 hours. So another aspect with this segmenting that I'm thinking of is episodically, I can show you how I'm going to do literally everything, and then I can do more things off camera to kind of pick up the pace. We're still going to go 150 episodes, I'd wager. Get that hard drive scanned up, and I'll bring you back to check the recipe in just 10 minutes. But anyway, you know, episodically, you've already seen me lay down these types of foundations. I showed you how I'm going to make this railing, so I don't need to show you me making the railing everywhere it goes. Now I'm going to show you how I connect it from right there to right there, which we'll do in another segment right after this one probably. So again, let me know how you think about segmenting it like this, because I think it'll help keep me on track. It'll help me get things done. And then if I don't show everything, once I feature it in a segment, like building this railing, I don't need to show it anymore, right? And again, you're not going to miss out on anything. You're still going to get 100 episodes. I'm just going to get a factory that's actually decorated without spending 6 hours of you watching me do this, which I really love how this turned out, by the way. Just out here chainsawing, trying to get a bunch more biomass for our power plant. And I just heard the MAM. So let's go back and check out that hard drive. I hate that sound so much. Let me just drop off the biomass. This is exciting. I'm not even sure what I'd be after. Oh, steel screw is slick, but I really want inventory slots. Taking inventory slots. I'll get steel screws again, and I already have cast screws, and I don't need screws right now, but I do need more inventory slots, so I don't even care. And you know what? Now is the time. I want to do this. So, what do we want to do? We want this styling, this exact styling. Well, not exact, because I don't think, yeah, those low barriers don't snap to an angle on the side, right? But we can make this concrete pillar angled, and then we can put the modern railings on top of it, which will be pretty cool, I think. So what I want to do is I need a point to connect this pillar to, another pillar face, right? And so it's going to go to here, to the beginning of the steps, and then I need it to be just this high. What I need to do is now put another pillar to attach to. So what I'll do is put that there like that, grab the pillar, and we can see the line right there. So we want it to be one little click above that one, so just like this. What is happening? I can't see there, that intersection I was having trouble seeing, so. So what we're going to do is go down below that, and then we're going to go up just one. All right. Now we'll get rid of this. If you already know this, apologies if you know this method. We're going to take a beam now, and we're going to... Let me get rid of all this so I don't have anything in my way. Beam, let's put painted beam at 5. Painted beam, put on freeform mode, click in the top right there, and now we're going to click in the top right here. And now, when I show you what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain what's happening and why it works, right? So, now, this pillar is now at the appropriate angle to go between this pillar and this pillar. But you'll see this is centered on here, and what we actually need is we need this corner, this edge, excuse me, I said corner, I meant this top edge here, to be identically landing on the top edge, this one. Actually, to say that more correctly, I need one in this position. I need the top edge here to be shifted down. Right, so what we can do is we can put the pillar on the edge of it right there. And then what we need to do is take the center down one connection point of this. Same thing on here. So what we can do is we can get rid of the original pillars, get rid of the beam, and now what we want to do is take the center down, sort of right there, because you know we're going to snap. The center of the beam is going to snap to this. So we're going to draw at the bottom of that one, and then the bottom of that one. That's all there is to it. We're going to put that put that pillar back right there, and then we're gonna snap one to the end to be a guide. I'm gonna go ahead and turn Zoop on and make a second one right there, so I can then delete the first one. And now you'll see right here that it's perfect. Maybe a little bit of flickering that isn't, you know, isn't ideal, but we at least have it going in the exact correct direction to the exact correct way. All right, it is dark. The next thing I need to do is get lights going. So this thing has cool lights on it. Why can't we have better lights? So far, my biggest letdown of 1.0 is that they did not add half walls, like vertically half, and the lights. I thought for sure we were going to get a ton more buildables, but alas, we aren't. Okay, so I want priority power switches. I want regular power switch. I want AI limiters. I want all of this. So let's unlock AI limiters. Let's unlock Power Pulse Mark II. All right, we actually probably have the plastic, right, from the doggos. And I want priority switches, and we probably have the high-speed connectors from the doggos. So we could actually probably unlock that if we had some more quickwire, but we don't. So what we need is a Caterium factory. Now, I don't think Caterium and quickwire was intended to be located in Cradle. It wasn't in the initial plan, I don't remember. But it should have been. It's definitely something that should be included here. Let me show you something. I had decided, so I cut the last episode short because everything got really boring. And I was going to add it into this episode, but again, boring. So let me just show you right now. Please forgive me. I'm sure you will. You're all very nice people. I overclocked these miners with 2 shards each from impure mines, so now there's 60 each, so now we have 120 iron ore coming over here. Not even carefully, I put down a smelting array, then I put it into right here and here to make plates, right here to make rods, right here to make screws. And then over here also just horribly, and I'm going to redo it, which is why I'm not going to show you this, because I've decided, like, well, first off, I'm crammed in right here. Why did I cram this in? That we have tons of room, right? And I'll tell you the answer to that next time. Well, or maybe now would be a good time to do it. But either way, I crammed in some machines right here. And we've got this thing making modular frames. I said this thing, I'm sorry, I meant this assembler right here. This assembler right here is getting all the pieces it needs to make modular frames. And then this over here is doing rotors. It's not pretty. It's just sandwiched in here. I do like this one. I am feeding it all just into one line. I thought that was kind of fun, having a little sushi belt go into just one input port of the assembler. So it's kind of neat. Everything's just being fed right here. But yeah, it's not very interesting. This was the most interesting part, which is why I wanted to show you, because I thought that was kind of fun. Anyway, I wanted you to be aware that I had done this, just so you know that I do indeed have a stockpile of modular frames and rotors. So we can unlock that stuff in the space, or not the space elevator, the milestone, and we probably should. So we need a quickwire factory. And what do I think about that? I think we're going to do a temporary factory. Why? Because we have a Caterium node over there that will be in the footprint of Cradle already, but I can't access it because I don't have explosives, and I don't want to take time to do that right now. What I do have is a Caterium node right up here. So we can use it, but then we're going to want to rebuild it. And that's fine. Once I get explosives, we'll design a cooler building around it. But for the meantime, in the meantime, I should say, let's run over here. I don't even want to build like a large temporary factory here because I don't want to cover up this water. It's gorgeous. Let's build a miner. Let's grab some power for it. And what are we going to get? 120 per minute? well, I don't have faster belts, so that's going to be good enough. Just real dirty. We'll do one smelter. There we go. Put the smelter down right here. This isn't going to be award-winning factory building, but it is going to get us a little bit of Caterium quickwire. Alright, I'm out of iron rods completely, so we're just going to plug that machine directly in. And the lack of rods means we won't be able to build storage container either. So I think technically we'd still be in the little segment of where we're doing quickwire, but we did finish the quickwire. We're just waiting for it to stockpile. So let's grab a hexagon. And we're going to put the hexagon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to put the hexagon right there. And then we're going to build the ramps back. Because this is the kind of thing I want to have. Okay, I forgot to say a few words that I intended, which was, it's time to add more lights to the place. Everything when it's dark, it's sitting here really dark, and I put these lights above MG, and I put it above Dr. Anonymous. And what got me thinking about quickwire was needing it for these lights. So that was why I started talking about that, and I went down that rabbit hole of looking at the Caterium tree, and then I got excited because I saw AI limiters, and I really want smart splitters. And then I want to try priority power switches, and then I was like, well, I just want regular power switches too, so I can have everything on a separate grid, which I want to put like the power plant here on its own grid, and then have different connections. So that was the weird tangent I went down, but it all was because I want to build more lights. So we're going to have that quickwire going. Oh, that reminds me right now, I had to stop because we didn't have any iron rods, which we do now have. Do we need screws? We don't need screws in general, right? Screws are an ingredient, but they're not building. So we don't need screws in the dimensional depot. But we do want probably iron plates, iron rods. We'll also want copper stuff, which I haven't even produced yet, so let's go dimensional depot. Let's grab 2. Okay, so dimensional depot for both of those. And I can only upload 15 a minute, so Mark 1 belt's plenty fast enough. There. I'd like to increase that upload speed as well. Because you can take them right out, right? Like you should be able to, yeah, you can just click and drag them right out of your inventory. How cool is that? How cool is the dimensional depot? I think it's just the coolest. Alright, anyway, we don't have the AI limiters, and I don't have those automated yet. Maybe we'll do that next episode, but that'll be done outside of Cradle. So I feel like we should probably finish Cradle up first, at least the basic bits of it. So let's take down these pillars. They were cool, but the pillars for this need to be hexagonal. So we'll redo that. So what if I just make these some concrete walls or something? And like that. Something like this. Out of sight, out of mind, and all of that. Alright, but now we have quickwire for building lights around. So I'd say that that segment is done. Look at that, look at us doing segments now. I love it. I think make a little decorative Contribution to the tower. Something like that, a little contrast. Black and white, I feel like black and white, yin and yang. Color scheme would be perfect for cradle here. Yeah, I like that. Let's gather the parts and unlock coal power plants. I'm ready for permanent power infrastructure. So let's get all that done. I should be able to grab these right out of here. How cool is that? I love it. I have to go get more cable though for sure. But let's drop this in. And then next episode, next week, we will build a coal power plant. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
Bad plays games.
Bad plays games.
Bad plays games.
Bad plays games.
Bad plays games. Bad plays